and welcome to Hawaiian Cooking with Teeth. I'm going to be making some Hawaiian-style guacamole today. The secret ingredients are ginger and cilantro, especially ginger. We use a lot of ginger in everything in Hawaii, and I've grown to really love it. Ginger is super delicious. Now sometimes I make guacamole with a blender, but I'm going to be making it with just a knife today because I like the extra coarse guacamole. I'm going to put onion, tomato, green onion, ginger, cilantro, avocado, organic avocados. We have bigger avocados than this in Hawaii. We got huge avocados, but these are pretty good sized avocados, and they're organic. And these fresh jalapenos. I'll probably just put one or two fresh jalapenos. A very wise guacamole maker once told me the trick to making guacamole is to make salsa first, and then mix that in with your avocado. So first we'll make some salsa, some very coarse salsa. I could put ginger in the salsa, but what I usually do is I'll grate the ginger into the guacamole at the end. It's the last thing I do before serving it. Actually, the guacamole recipe calls for chilling. You're supposed to let it sit for an hour, 2 hours or something before you serve it. I've never known anybody to have that kind of patience, and today will probably be very little exception. Actually, we'll probably put some of it away, most of it away. Yeah, I don't know. And if there's enough, we'll be able to have some that's an hour or two old. In a blender, I find that the more coarse I make it, the better it comes out. You can really liquefy it in a blender. And that's okay, but it kind of aerates the tomato. I just like it better, more coarse. And I found that with the knife, it's even more better. That was close. Almost had some non-vegan guacamole there. I guess the more fine I cut it up with the knife, because it's still going to be very coarse. So onion and tomato. We'll rinse off some of this cilantro. I love cilantro. Can't get too much cilantro. I can just eat it straight. It's especially good in salsa. So it's especially good in everything. Turns out that ginger's really good too, but I haven't quite mastered the art of eating it straight yet. So we'll take a jalapeno, couple of jalapenos. Probably should be wearing eye protection cutting up jalapenos, because it can always, well, in fact I feel a drop of it right now, but I like to live dangerously, especially when it comes to guacamole. ginger has kind of a spiciness to it too. And I found that most of my friends have such a greater sensitivity to ginger than I do now that they'll think it's really gingery, and I can barely taste the ginger. But they're quick to convert to the ginger way of life. Even Mary Ann agreed. So this would be salsa. Maybe I'll put a little green onion into the salsa as well. I'm going to use most of this green onion for poke, which I'll be making tonight as well. Some fresh ahi poke. Ahi is the Hawaiian word for yellowfin tuna, and I guess it's called ahi more commonly than yellowfin tuna. I see it called ahi tuna all kinds of places. And it's a raw ahi dish, the poke is, which is really delicious. If you like sushi, you're going to love poke. And whether or not you like sushi, you're going to love this guacamole, and even the salsa. Let's see. What I'm going to do is first mix this salsa, because then I can save a little salsa out of the guacamole and serve salsa and guacamole. Maybe there will even be somebody that doesn't like guacamole but likes salsa. Although it seems impossible that anybody could not love this guacamole. Even people who don't like guacamole love this guacamole. And we're mixing up these good fresh vegetables. This is some good coarse salsa. Usually salsa has maybe more tomato, but really for guacamole you don't even necessarily need tomato at all. I made guacamole without any tomato, it was fine, but you definitely should have a bunch of onion. So then open up one of these beautiful avocados. See, this is sometimes you get avocados that are really ripe and you want to make sure that it's all beautiful. Like sometimes there's a lot of brown spots to cut off. I guess I'll cut this. Well, that looks still pretty. It's not so bad. I've seen somewhere, well, I've seen many an avocado where there's nothing good left at all. Oh, no, avocado in the other bowl. This avocado is not very ripe at all. I mean, actually, it's plenty ripe, but it's not super ripe. It could be a lot riper. Pretty easy to separate from the skin. Take a little more mashing, but that'll be fine. Oh, and the other ingredient in guacamole, oh, there's a couple more ingredients. One of them is sea salt. It's Mediterranean sea salt. If they'd had the red sea salt from Kauai, I would have gotten that. But that Mediterranean sea salt will probably be just fine. Usually I use just regular Morton salt, but sea salt's better. Both for the minerals and for the delicious taste of the sea. Especially for poke, seems very fitting. And the other thing, now the guacamole usually calls for lime, but I like to use lemon. Lemon's it's a little sweeter. I find that I like it better with lemon. I'm just going to try to pick out the seeds. If you have a citrus squeeze, that probably is a good way to get lemon juice. I don't recommend lemon juice out of the bottle now, because fresh squeezed, fresh everything is really the way to go. So you can use lime. I didn't even actually know that guacamole called for lime. I'd been using lemon for a while. Then I saw a recipe and I said, what? Lime? And garlic? Oh, garlic would be good, but they don't say anything about ginger. So garlic's good too, even with ginger. I think ginger is indispensable though. The flavor of ginger is just perfect with guacamole, and I love the ginger guacamole. So, just mash up the avocado with the lemon. Add some sea salt. This is coarse sea salt. About this much. I guess tasting it and finding out if it's the right amount is the way to go. And then I'll put in some of this salsa. So then you put it in the refrigerator for an hour. You can wait that long. There you have it. Guacamole. Salsa. Coming soon. Ahi poke. Aloha.